Yes. Does that are you a little teary-eyed?
Bijan for president.
What-
It was awesome.
you both of us were at the game. We were in two complete opposite sections. You're your mainstay. The ones you have season tickets for. I'm on the east side for the first time in my life. We had two different perspectives. Tell me what you saw. How was the energy on that west side upper deck for when the crowd really got behind Bijan in the Baylor game in the fourth quarter?
Oh, it was just electric. It was so cool and bittersweet.
Yeah.
Is the best way to put it. Obviously, he is such a pleasure to watch. He's obviously such a great young man and very talented. Finalist for the Doak Walker. Fingers crossed. Let's hope he gets it. He deserves it. Yeah, it was really cool to see him get emotional, and it's neat. It's neat. It felt good to be a Longhorn, and it felt good to be a part of that moment.
That was so cool. And hopefully he does deservingly receives that invite to the Heisman finalist, because the guy is, to my opinion, the best running back in the country. We are cruising on along, episode 206 overall. This is the 14th installment of Tuesdays with Tex and Texas Football. Huge thanks to our guys at Honest AC and Plumbing. We're starting to get that up and down, hot, cold weather. It was beautiful today. Felt like we're a spring day in Austin, Texas.
It was 80.
It was 80 degrees.
It was 80. There were people laying out by my pool.
Is that right?
I'm not shitting you.
I don't think my Speedo would allow me to jump in it this time of year.
I'm not allowed to put a bikini on until like March 1st. It's a rule. And I'm sticking to it.
Oh my God. It's waiting for you just 2 or 3 more months.
That's right.
Break it in. It's inviting you, but don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, we're going to turn the heaters on again here in a couple of days. And if you smell anything, all that is burnt dust, but get your heaters maintenance. We're probably going to have quite a few cold snaps, if you will. Now, we talked about Bijan Robinson, but he's a part of a dynamic duo of running backs for the Longhorns, and that being Roschon Johnson. He's a senior. Bijan probably played his last game ever at DKR, but the dynamic duo, the statistics that these two have put up: 67 career touchdowns receiving and rushing.
Just stop it.
It's unreal. Over 3,000 yards of offense combined in their careers. Couldn't have. I think the best tandem in the country. I want to show you this. I don't know if you saw it, but it's when Roschon was in Wildcat trying to put the game away against Baylor. I mean, they just decided, all right, what we're doing is not what we want to do, is not working. We're going to do what we do best, and that's punch people in the mouth with the running game, and let's go. You saw it. They just picked it up. So watch number 70. That would be Christian Jones.
Okay.
This is what we call a pancake block, where you just put the other guy on his ass and keep on. This is the broadcast view, and then a guy who follows us on TikTok was just evaluating Christian Jones, pulling from the left side and annihilating the Baylor defensive back.
Play by Jalen Ford. They run it around the end. Johnson leaps the defender. Touchdown!
Look at this dude. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I'm going to call that the Belgian waffle block.
I love it.
It needs something bigger than a pancake. A pancake is like, that's kind of bottom feeder breakfast bread.
Yes.
We got to go Belgian waffle.
Yeah. I like that. The Belgian a pancake's just a block. You put them down. With the Belgian waffle.
Belgian waffle on their ass.
On that ass. That Baylor ass. 8-4 on the season, regular season. It's where, before we continue our conversation about Rowe and Bijan, but this is where I thought Texas would be this year. I said 8-4. I don't know if Tes is ever satisfied, but are you okay with this?
I'm okay with it.
You are.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think you cannot be too greedy.
Right.
And I think it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
There were several games I know we should have won, but there might have been several games we could have lost. So shoulda, woulda, coulda. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But I'm just saying, I'll take 8-4.
I will too.
I'll take 8-4 in a bowl.
In a bowl game, which will more than likely be stone's throw down the road.
That's what we're
San
hearing.
Antonio Alamo Bowl, where Texas has been about 425 times.
We never go to the Alamo Bowl.
Never. And it's going to be worth it. It. Honestly, what a lot of people don't know is that the Alamo Bowl has a pretty good payout. They're a good tier bowl game. They do it right. I've seen it from the media point of view. They treat you well. They treat you very well. And then as a fan, they do it well. And as
a fan, I mean, it's easy. There, a lot of fans are in Austin and surrounding areas, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio. I mean, a lot of Texas fans live in Texas, so it's easy. You can drive there.
Yeah, it's
different when you have to buy a plane ticket and do the whole jazz, right?
It's the worst, though. I-35, the least favorite interstate in Texas for travel on, but for us, we'll be there and just like that.
Well, and that's good because you should have a really good fan turnout.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to if we were playing out of state. I mean,
100%.
You know, so that's huge for University of Texas, just the vicinity located towards, Austin.
Yeah. We'll find out Sunday. The bowls, college football playoff selection.
Can't wait.
And then the bowl games. The bowl games some of them may be finalized on Saturday.
You think?
Yeah. And as we speak, the new college football playoff rankings, I believe, have been released. I thought it was going to be later. No, they're not. Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and USC. TCU moves up, and Lincoln Riley and the Trojans are now number 4. So, but a lot can still happen. It's not.
Yeah, we're 20. Oh, you're talking about just the playoffs.
The CFP. So,
nobody cares about number 20.
Yeah, I know. But that tells you something, though. There's respect for Texas and who they played, and there's been a ton of progress made. So, back to Roschon. I didn't know this, but until Sark brought it up after the Baylor win. That was a horrible, horrible loss last year when they lost to Kansas. Mm-hmm. Kansas was improving, but it was at home.
Right.
Apparently, Sark didn't go into detail, but he mentioned that he made a significant, that being Rowe, made a conversation, he wanted to speak to the team in only a way he wanted to, and I'm sure it was an alpha dog type conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we lost a tough game at home against Kansas, and we were in the locker room, and Roschon wanted to address the team. And I thought about that tonight, late in the game in the fourth quarter, about that moment of where we've come as a program from that point. And not all of them wins, I recognize that, but where we've grown as a program. So today after this game, I let Roschon address the team. Because I felt like he deserved it for what he's given to our program. And Bijan's the same way. They represent the University of Texas with class.
I love it.
Wow.
Give the man the floor.
Give the man the floor.
Give him a podium and a gosh darn microphone.
I bet Roschon, I know we heard both of them speak, but I guarantee you Roschon probably commands attention and respect when he speaks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's not a doubt in my mind. I need to turn my phone off. All these notifications.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
And I demand your attention and respect, Sean.
You got it. When you have the floor, listen.
Listen up, damn it.
Listen.
Um,
eyes locked, ears open.
Well, you know what? They should respect him.
Yeah.
So I just think, like Sark just said, he deserves all of that and then some. So
Yeah.
the least they could do. But I like what he said about them growing as a team because, you know, that's kind of what life is all about, not just about football, but about anything that you want to excel at. And that, you know, you may not be number one or winning or whatever it is that you're doing in life, you know, but the fact that you're showing growth is winning in my eyes. So
that was well stated. I love that. I really do.
I took it from Roe.
He took it from Roe.
I learned from the best.
Now, on Saturday Shorts, which actually dropped on Monday due to the holidays, Bijan from Compliments of the Longhorn Network, he was asked by Alex Loeb after the game about his brother, and I couldn't find the photo, or it wasn't sent to me. The two were in the tunnel together with their arms around each other. Just still photography can really bring home a moment. And this is Bijan from the episode of Saturday Shorts talking about this. This is what I like to call brotherly love right here.
You know, I think that he's a guy that, you know, you can look at for a program, and especially for Texas football, and be like, you know, this dude did it the right way, you know, the whole time he's been here. And, you know, even when I came in, you know, I respect him so much just for switching to running back. And then with me coming in and, you know, having to take a role, and, you know, he had to, you know, kind of not sit back because, you know, Roe always been, but, you know, he just his selflessness and for what he does with his team and what he does for this team. You know, I mean, it's emotional for real, and I just respect him so much, and, you know, I love that dude to death. You know, he's going to be my brother, you know, for life.
Wow.
Friends forever.
Friends. BFFs.
Forever. I bet they got that little chain from James Avery. Do you think Bijan was B-Fry and Roe was Estend? Or do you think it was the other way around?
It probably rotate weekly.
Yeah, you take B-Fry, I'll take Estend. Okay.
That is, yeah. Texas fans are going to look back one day and like, man, and I told this to Stevie last night. They're going to look back. That's one duo that should have a championship ring.
Dynamic duo. Much cooler than Batman and Robin.
Oh, don't even reference that.
All kinds of reasons that I won't even mention.
Right.
And it's not just that they're wearing tights. Some other things going on in there. In the Bat Cave, you know what I mean?
Bat Cave. What happens in the Bat Cave stays in the Bat Cave. Hey, you know what season it is, and this is it's becoming a thing in the new modern era of college football. It's coaching change season and transfer portal season. And as the last check before the recording of this podcast, I unless I missed a few, Texas A&M has 6 in the portal. And here are the Longhorns that are expected to be in the portal. Mm-hmm. Right here. This was tweeted out by our guy, Anwar Richardson. You know, maybe it'll come up sometime today. But Troy O'Meary, a guy that we really had hoped to see develop, talented receiver, but just injury prone. Andre Carrick, who had really started playing a lot dating back to last year. Prince Dorba, kind of shocked. DJ Harris didn't really get much of a chance. JD Coffey. All these guys, if I remember correctly, are Tom Herman guys. Herman recruits.
I saw Card.
Yeah. And he's added on there too. Rumor is he'll be going to U of H.
Really?
You know.
Interesting. You know, I'm always thinking about am I thinking about Garrett Gilbert, who went to SMU?
Yeah.
And did very well.
So,
you know, Hudson's a great player, and he shouldn't have to ride the bench.
No.
You know, more power to him. And I think that's even better if he's going to a Texas school because he's a Texas guy. So, I don't blame him. I'm sad to see him go, but, you know, I don't know what else would you do? If I was Hudson, I'd leave too.
Yeah. I mean, none of this, just because these guys are in the portal or we think they will be or reports say, it doesn't mean that they're all leaving.
That's right.
But they are exploring their options.
You know what they did? They swiped one direction, but somebody else got swiped the other way.
That's right. You're just sitting in the queue.
True. It takes two to tango, baby. So
I wish I had the statistics in front of me, but I know there were, I want to say, if I remember correctly, only 42% of the portal guys get picked up. I think. I have to go back and look. That was last year, though, but these numbers may change.
That seems right because there's so many variables.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you got to look at like how much eligibility they have left.
Mm-hmm.
Are they worthy to pick up? Are they leaving because they're just a deadbeat? And, I mean, and then also you got to look at what's the milieu on your current team. Are they going to play? And then, I mean, there's just a lot to consider. And honestly, you kind of have to like fit in all these little boxes for them to take you.
It's like a career move, job interviews. What's a good fit? It really is. What's a good fit for everybody?
Yeah.
And all those guys listed right there. I know the list is going to grow even more. There's no doubt about it. Because I think Monday, if I'm maybe correct, I think Monday is when it can officially start releasing names. It's going to grow, and it's going to grow at every Power 5 school. There's going to have traffic.
Right.
The one on the right, somebody liked it clearly. That's on this podcast.
I know. I see my name there.
Yeah, you do, with one S.
I did like it because I was like, like you said, I mean, this could be interpreted so many different ways. Okay, Xavier, you scrub your Instagram page. Now you post this one photo, and obviously you're wearing your Longhorn gloves and you're doing a heart. So you love Texas, you're staying, or does that mean you love to be in there, you got to go?
Or he's giving love for the fans.
Yeah, like, thanks, I'm out.
Peace.
I'm hoping it says, I love being here. I'm going to stay here.
He listen, if you look at most of these guys, and Xavier, to me, he understands the business side of it. He understands what triggers people to talk. But he's not going to show his cards yet. I'd say it's 60-40 in favor of him staying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he might just be trying to pump up some of that NLL money as well. Like, hey, by the way, I'm going to jerk your chain. I'm going to USC if you don't put up the cash.
Yeah. And
like you said, the man is all about business.
So, just through a couple of conversations, and none of it was confirmed. Apparently, allegedly, Xavier, the X-Man, earned about roughly $800,000 in NIL money since he's been here, which it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me a bit. That's just the world we live in. There's obviously coaching changes happen we alluded to it last week. It's rumors start, a lot of people's names floating around. These are some of the faces that this area would know about. Coaching changes. Obviously, our guy at Texas State, he got fired this week, Jake Spavital.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they let him go.
Oh, man. What do you think his plans are?
Well, he won't have a problem finding a job as either a quarterback's coach or perhaps a offensive coordinator. Jake is brilliant offensively, a smart guy. He comes from he's a coach's son in high school ball in Oklahoma, and his brothers are there too. Here's what I think. Texas State, they did make a good change, I think a year ago to change ADs. The former administration was terrible. They did great transitioning to FBS, but never truly could create a winning culture. So they asked Jake, from what I was told, because I never really talked ball with Jake. It was all just like when you and I hang out, it's just BS.
Right.
It's we're just joking around, having a good time. But apparently they told Jake, hey, you need to win now. Well, what did he do? Get transfers, JUCO transfers, find transfers, sign a few high school kids. Then I hear he didn't have a good relationship with the high school coaches in Texas. Well, I'm not defending him, but I respect him. But I'm just saying, well, what are you supposed to do if you're told to win immediately? If that's the case.
I mean, you either can or you can't, and that's the way it is. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can control.
Yeah.
But
Hugh Freeze going back to the SEC, did a great job at Liberty, going to Auburn. Matt Rule, huh?
Yeah, Auburn.
War
Matt
Eagle.
Rule's going to Nebraska.
Yeah, he did a great job at Baylor.
Yeah, he did. Nebraska is still. Are they suffering from the post Scott Frost?
Jesus,
He's going to have some shit to clean up.
that's a shit show. And if Casey Thompson returns for another year, he'll have a really good quarterback.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm curious to see what he's going to do at Nebraska.
I am too. Because that's one of those programs you want to see win. Because they were for the long. Luke Fickell did everything you could do at Cincinnati. Took him to the playoff, and he's going to Wisconsin, where he can jump around at Camp Randall Stadium. And then, of course, a guy that I knew from Philip Montgomery was on Art Briles' staff at Baylor. Was coach at Tulsa, led them to, I think, a couple of 10-win seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to let him go. But it's the nature of the business. And what a lot of people tell me, don't feel sorry for them. They're getting paid.
Yeah.
So
there's more people in this world you should be feeling sorry for.
That's right.
If you need a list, I'll text it to you after this.
Yeah. Put your name on it, if you will.
But I did see that Tom Herman might be in the running for the Cincinnati.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's maybe he's changed. Maybe
so, maybe not. Don't know. Don't care. It's flipping Cincinnati.
Tom is smart. He has a good football mind. It's just a part of owning the role as the head coach. Act like a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's like any of us in a leadership position. We kind of like your job. You're in one of those positions. You can't talk and act a certain way around
my employees.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this, turn it off immediately.
Turn it off. Don't share this. We'll do share it, but
although it is after hours, but
it is after hours.
I should have an alias on here.
Tess and Clinch after dark. Oh my God. So we're going to do picking them with Tess a little different. We're going to show you the standings first. We've been doing this all season. It's been a lot of fun. Tess, I had a horrible week. I really did. We're going to show the record first, and I'll show you why. Look at this. Only 3 games separate us.
Ha-ha!
Catching up.
That's what I call balling the jack. That's awesome.
Look, Tess is balling as we enter week 14, which is, this is where the postseason starts. And this is where we're going to.
Gets real.
It's getting real, girl.
Separate the men from the girls.
So it's conference title week, and we're going to pick them from the conference championship games. We'll begin up top.
Okay.
Pac-12, Utah, and USC. USC has all the pressure in the world.
Yeah.
They've got to win. If they lose, good chance they probably won't make the 14 playoff. Utah 9-3, Rising, the former Longhorn quarterback who transferred out.
Gosh, I hate Lincoln Riley. Go USC though. I mean, I can't stand him. he I don't know if he's worse than Bob Stoops, but he is. He's worse. He's worse. And I don't care if he's watching this, like he's watching it. Sorry, Lincoln. Anywho, yeah, I do think he's going to win that game.
Yeah, USC.
Yeah.
I
hope it's a good game though.
It should be. Shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Utes.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I know you you know what? This is causing you to lose against me as you refuse to choose USC.
I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Well,
I've noticed that.
That's a trend.
I have noted a trend. You will see
Google.
my bar charts, my bar graphs later. I'll have a nice, demonstration with a dry erase board and a laser light. But yeah, you can't pick the Trojans, can you?
I think he's done a phenomenal job. He's done a really good job. Do they have a tremendous amount of talent? Is the Pac-12 strong? No.
And I can't stand Caleb Williams.
Yeah, he's the Longhorn killer.
That's right, because he likes to write F-U-U-T on his fingernails. And let's see, he wrote F-U-C-K Notre Dame on his fingernails during the Notre Dame game. I mean, yeah, and apparently it's his thing. He likes to do those nails before he goes out and plays the football.
I wonder if he had a Manny and Petty, and they did that for him.
I'd like to see what's on his toes. You got a lot, you're going to put that on your fingers.
Man's toes?
I'm just saying.
We got a foot fetish up in the man cave.
I do not want to see Caleb Williams' feet, but
hammer toe.
I bet you his and I quote, we should bet on this. His nails will say F-U Utes or F-U Utah.
I bet they do.
Mm-hmm.
We got pay close attention. This is why you want to watch. We're going to give you some tips on why
watch
you
the
should
nails.
Watch
the nails
on QB1
That's
of
right.
USC.
Yeah.
American Athletic Conference, UCF and Tulane.
Okay.
Tulane has done a really good job of. So, by the way, their head coach Willie Fritz, who built Sam Houston into a national championship or national power at the FCS level, did the same at Tulane, made them relevant, ranked, and playing in a championship game this year. I think he took the Georgia Tech job.
And I won last week choosing Tulane.
Tulane. You're going with Tulane, the Green Wave again?
I think I'm going to stick with my Green Wave.
Green Wave?
I'm going to stick with Louisiana.
I'm going with the Golden Knights from UCF.
All right.
Big 12. We know these teams well. It's a lot of there's going to be a lot of purple in Arlington, Jerry World.
God.
Kansas State, TCU. TCU, I believe, is a 2.5-point favorite. Can TCU remain undefeated? And if they lose this game, Tess, if it's close, do you think they still make the playoff?
Okay, well, I just want to start with I'm going to have to watch an entire field that looks like a bottle of purple Dimetap for a whole flipping 3 or 4 hours. It is delicious cough syrup if you must have one.
Dimetap. That's hilarious.
Grape Dimetap. Anywho, yeah, okay, so I want Kansas State to win so bad. It would make me so happy because every time I say something about TCU, they come back and prove me wrong, and I look like an idiot.
Yeah.
I look like an idiot. Starting to look like a flipping idiot.
Prove test wrong.
And, I was like, TCU is not a number 4 team. And I'm like, oh, yeah, great. Now they're a number 3 team. I was like, I need to stop putting shit online. Anywho, so I have a feeling TCU is going to win.
All right. Frogs stay undefeated, but if it's a close loss to K-State, do you think TCU falls out, or do you think they will hang on to one of the 4 spots? I'm starting to lean to yes.
I think they'll probably hang on.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close. I would be thrilled if Kansas State one. I think that would just be so cool. Have they ever even won the Big 12?
Yeah. Yeah.
They have. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know TCU has. So, I mean, yeah, I just, yeah, I think they're going to pull it off. Lord help me. Do not let this team win a national championship or I'll have to listen to it for the rest of my life. Literally. And when I am put into a grave, resting in peace, I'll still be hearing, well, TCU won a natty.
God. Oh, my God.
But I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm saying Deuce Vaughn, Coach Kleiman, and K-State win it. I think it's going to be perhaps the best game of all these.
Oh, you're going to go with K-State?
I'm going with K-State.
Oh, I love you. I want them to win.
I'm going to pull Xavier.
I want, man, Deuce Vaughn is so good. When I was watching him against Kansas, because I obviously wanted Kansas to win, so Texas to go Big 12.
Exactly.
I was like, could somebody just sweep Deuce Vaughn's leg and just get him off the flipping field? And I mean that in all love for Deuce. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I'm serious. Somebody, like, I felt like we were in the Karate Kid, and I was like, will somebody just take this kid, sweep the flipping leg, get him off the field so we just don't have to watch this shit anymore. It's like, can you just not, Deuce? Can you just not?
Yeah.
So okay. Good. Well, this will be good. We've picked different teams on every game. Okay.
I think, yeah.
And it's going to be a good one, an early one, 11 a.m., Sean.
It is. So
rise and shine.
Rise and shine. God, remember the last one, 2018, that getting up early, going there for Texas OU part 2, but I was working, and I remember, God, probably had 3.5, 4 hours of sleep. But same thing for Texas OU weekend. It's no different.
You got to do what you got to do. I'd made it to 3:11 a.m. Do you know there were 3 11 a.m. games this year?
Yeah.
Games?
Hated them.
Silly.
Actually, the Alabama one's the one I had the problem with because it should have been at night.
It should have been at night. I understand shitty teams, but I was just like, and Thanksgiving, they always screw us. So
yeah.
They're like, oh, you're all relaxed and full and happy. Get up and come to the stadium.
Well, put on 15,000 steps.
Make you miserable. I lost last week. I lost.
Oh, you didn't believe in Michigan, and they destroyed.
You said Harbaugh was going to pull it out, and I was like, no way, Jose, Ohio State, blah, 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 and did I eat crow? So I was wrong. And, Michigan didn't just pull it out. They beat them.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat them.
Strummed them. Beat that shit out of them.
Ohio State, I mean, they almost lost just because of all their penalties.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't get out of their own way. Going with Michigan.
I am too. Go Big Blue.
Yeah.
All right, SEC.
Yes.
So LSU embarrassed, and we've got more on that in the second segment. But the Aggies put it together, had nothing to play for but to say we can do this. And not only beat LSU, who, by the way, was number 5 in the country at the time, and could have potentially, if they would have beaten Georgia this week, LSU had already sewn up the SEC West. They're now all the way to 14, irrelevant as far as the championship.
I know. I was texting with a friend of mine during the A&M game, and he said, A&M can't do much, but they're pretty good at effing up people's seasons. I was actually right. I was like, you know what? They've actually done that a lot.
Yeah, they just it.
They really messed with us. But I think Kirby Smart and the Dogs are going to pull this one off.
I think you're right, but I do think LSU will give them a game. There's no way they go down.
No way. And there's a huge rivalry here. You have to understand. Yeah. They are also rivals.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so the ACC now is kind of irrelevant now because Clemson got slapped around by some cocks. In-state rivalry, and I got a special.
Not in the good way.
Not in the good way. But happy for Mac Brown and North Carolina. They're playing in it, although they took an L this past week. But he's playing for a championship.
That's right.
And I just don't think – I think Clemson is talented for sure.
For sure.
But it's not bad to have a rebuilding year and you go play for your conference championship, meaning Clemson. This one's hard to pick.
I think I'm going to go with some old Mac Brown.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
UNC?
Yeah.
Mac, I want to go with the Tar Heels so bad. I want Mac to win a championship. I love watching him succeed. I love watching him dance in the locker room after wins. Mac's just a fine American human being that Longhorn Nation still owes a ton of respect for him, which they do. But I got to go with Dabo Swinney. I just don't see how they allow this team to go back-to-back losses like that.
Yeah.
I just don't. So we've got some good picks, and it's going to be fun to watch. We only picked Michigan and Georgia are the same, only two games that we picked the same.
Saturday's going to be –
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
One conference championship that's not listed on there, Conference USA. Our guy, Jeff Traylor, down in San Antonio. Another double-digit win season for him. And another season in which they are hosting the Conference USA championship. Well, they had UTEP last week, beat them, but there were only 26,000 fans. And he said, they're going to play North Texas for the Conference USA title in the Alamo Dome. And he is begging for everybody to fill the Alamo Dome.
We got to get to 45 if we got a chance. If we don't hit 45, we're in trouble Friday. We are out of people, right? We need the city to show up. It's got to be like tonight times 2 for us to have a competitive chance. And we worked hard to get that home field. We can't waste it, man. We cannot waste it. So we need to get this place packed.
I'll tell Jeff what to do right now.
Let's go, Jeff Traylor. Come on,
get yourself a couple margarita machines and one of those karaoke boxes things, and you'll have so many people in there. Just all you need to do is put outside the stadium free margaritas.
That's it. There
won't be a seat in the house.
That's all, Tess.
It's really easy, Jeff. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Learn from the master.
100%. I want to show you the passionate fan. She and her husband, she's a South Carolina graduate, devoted. She's just like you, but the South Carolina Gamecock version. And her name escapes me. But we started following each other on TikTok. She and her husband go around the country and visit these college football cathedrals. She came to Austin for the first time to watch a game. She dragged her husband here, went to co-op, everything, made a TikTok video. Well, South Carolina just has not been very good over the years. Well, they beat Clemson for the first time in 7 years. She was, and they stormed the field on the road in Clemson. It's a Palmetto State rivalry game. She was just a loss for words that I don't even know what she's saying, but it made me laugh. But it made me think of you because she is your kind of doppelganger as a fan in South Carolina.
I can't stop.
That's so sweet.
She's 7 years, and then the emotions started pouring out. Finally beat Clemson.
I have cried. Couple of times as I can recall, and they both occurred in the Rose Bowl. So,
oh my God.
Yes. You know what? That's cool.
That really is.
Yeah.
A lot of fans can relate to that. Yeah, I love it. I loved it. I couldn't wait. But you noticed she was wearing a TCU old school hat. because they also
doing that purple shit again.
That purple. Purple. That's the theme this weekend. Purple. K-State, TCU. Who else?
I have no purple. I will not have any purple on my body.
I won't do it. This is the last day.
You
I'm
have
going
a ton of purple because that's your alma mater.
Axum Jacks.
Yeah.
Axum Jacks.
I don't have any problem with SFA.
No, they didn't do anything to you.
No, y'all all just like grape. That's cool.
It's like grape Kool-Aid. Hey, Kool-Aid. It's hey, by the way, Stephen F. As of it has to be voted on and approved, will be a part of the University of Texas system very soon. Very soon. Hey, we're going to take a quick break there, Tes Sawyer, and it's going to be a fast-moving one. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to tell me what you would do if you're at a football game and some random soul pours a beer in your face. I'll tell you what I'd do, but that's going to have to wait until the other side of this break. For all of your insurance needs, look no further than our primary sponsor, Jim Saxton State Farm Insurance Agency. The ATX OG has been insuring Austin for over 3 decades. And get this, Jim Saxton is a Longhorn legacy. He is the son of the late, great James Saxton, who was a Heisman finalist. Be sure to give him a call, or better yet, visit his website, saxtoninsurance.com, and tell him that the stories inside the Man Cave Boys recommended you.
This is JJ Gotch, CEO of the Austin Gamblers. And segment 2 of Stories Inside the Man Cave is next.
What was that?
She's in Kyle Field, surrounded by Aggies. And I'm sure there was a little bit of agging on.
I see what you did there.
See what I did. And she might have probably drank, I don't know, 12 of those before she poured that full bill one out, you know?
That's such a waste.
Waste of delicious brew. Yeah, and I could tell her husband was like, or boyfriend or
other half.
Yeah. Date, whatever you want, or, you know, I'll say ex-husband after that. No, I'm kidding.
her Tinder date
was like, oh, honey, get a hold on it. But, you know, in this day and age, we all know the world of phones. You do anything in any sort of public area, you're going online.
Yeah, you're going to be on TikTok. Well, yeah, trust me, I know. I was on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be very cautious. And I mean, you know, throwing beer at a crowd of people, I don't know. If I was that, I mean, I'm sure they were very frustrated and who knows what they said to him, but I'd probably just leave. But yeah, I mean, I've wanted to throw beer on people, but I've never done it.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to, but yeah, I mean, I think that the Aggie fans got more of a kick out of it because they, you know, it was like they got our goat, which is the whole thing. When people are trying to rally you up, like she did everything. She played right into their hands.
Yeah.
She should have just been walked away and like, ain't no thing. I mean, why does she even care? They just won a national championship. Who
like 3 years
cares?
ago.
I'm still talking about Texas's national championship. I'll be talking about that 20 years from now.
100%. I mean, you will.
It just happened. So, I mean, and really, who cares about A&M? They literally are in the shitter, excuse my French, and they're LSU. I'm offended. So why did she get so angry? I mean, like, what did she think? She was going to have fun in College Station?
I guarantee you what happened was I'm sure LSU thought what everyone was thinking. Nobody saw that coming. They thought they were going to waltz in. They probably got there on Thursday, tailgated, drank excessively. They did what they did. And they expected to romp through College Station and get the win. Instead, A&M and their running back A-Chain, damn, they put it on LSU.
They did. And I do have a fondness for LSU, obviously, from my brother-in-law. Yeah. And I thought LSU was definitely going to win that game. I was
did too.
shocked. But again, A&M always there to, screw
Muddy up something.
Muddy those waters. And so I don't know. I could see how she's that angry. I think all fans feel that frustration.
Yes.
Unfortunately, as an adult in the age of phones and cameras and social media, I mean, unless you want to be online, you got to mind your P's and Q's.
Yeah, you do. That's really tough. And now we got to show something humorous. Our guy Nick Saban, who is the godfather of college football coaches. No, I doubt very seriously we'll see anyone have his success moving forward. That type of success. I've heard former players talk. They love the guy. He's a hard ass, but he kind of made one of those one of our generation or older people remarks, which was absolutely hilarious. He got a scratch on his face in this last. You did? It was bleeding.
I did. I was like, Saban got attacked by a honey badger. It looked like he had stuck his face into a honey badger den and pulled it out and was like, all right, let's go play football.
All right, we're good. As I try to put my charger into my laptop. Hey, I got it in the hole. It came out.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. So this was funny. I'm sure Saban in the media postgame room everybody was giving him an interesting look, and how he handled this was classic Saban.
Before you ask, you ought to see the other guy. And I took one of the hardest hits of the entire game, and unlike some of our players who had to go to the medical tent, like I always say, they don't make them like they used to.
You gotta love that.
Love it. There was a play on the sideline, and apparently his face brushed up against one of his players.
The pad,
shoulder pad
or something.
They've got little buckles on them. Maybe I'm showing my age. Maybe they don't have the buckles anymore.
Are you talking about when they had leather helmets?
Leather helmets, no face mask. Oh my God. Tess, you know what time it is?
What time is it? Tell me something good. TikToking in the man cave.
It has nothing to do with OU, but it is 7-Eleven. But let's go.
Oh, it's 7-Eleven and OU still sucks.
Yeah, and it's manscaping in the man cave. And, one thing that you cannot do is have the World Cup and not clean your balls. You just can't. You got it. It's World Cup time. And as you can see, the lovely graphics, we got it, the Lawnmower 4.0. And listen, I know this is targeted to the male audience. I have the complete package, all of the male products. Yeah. Lawnmower 4.0, you can use it. All of your female counterparts can use it. You can even use it in the shower, and it works. It's waterproof. And it does a damn fine job.
Everybody's got some lawns to mow.
Yes. Just trim the hedges. And you know what? I think some folks really did a fabulous job, or Team USA must have, in the World Cup, because their third match in their group, they had not won, they had not lost, but they had 2 draws. They had to win today. And they defeated Iran 1-0 after Iran was talking all that shit about banning the United States because they tried to alter their logo. Because
that's right, and we didn't pronounce the name right. They did that at the press conference too. But the whole thing is that Iran doesn't shave their balls. So
is that right?
Yeah, that's why they lost.
Oh, that's not good.
That's why they lost. They don't have access to manscaping in that country.
That is not good, Tess.
Very sad.
Not good at all.
Very sad. There's also no grass there, but
a lot of sand. So this is amazing for the United States. All the United States Soccer Federation was doing, I don't know if you follow that story. They were trying to support the social movement for women
Right.
Iran.
Mm-hmm.
By doing that temporarily. And Iran did not like it, wanted them banned. But this is what happens. This is what happens. That's all I got to say about that. And they're moving on to the next round, which is single elimination. The United States moving on. That's big time.
I know. I was really sad that it was in the middle of the day on a Tuesday.
I know.
Out slaving, working hard for my money. So I could not watch the match. But I hope I can watch the next one.
Yes, I hope we can too. That's a pretty big deal. The World Cup, this team may be it. Hey, quick thoughts. I know it's early. The Fighting Chris Beards are number 2 in the country right now and about to face one of the top teams in the country with a lot of talent, that being Creighton.
That's right.
Here on Thursday night at the Move.
That's right. Oh man, I'm thrilled. I am psyched beyond belief. I have not been to a basketball game yet. I know, slap me on the hand and all the other kind of stuff, but I will go.
Yeah, you will.
I will go to too many. I do love the Moody Center. I think it's amazing that that's their new home ground. It's a wonderful venue. And I'm just thrilled. I'm so excited. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for women's basketball. I'm excited for women's volleyball.
Yeah.
We're just kicking ass and taking names, and that's what we do in Longhorn country. So
it's in a pretty good football season. And it's really cool to see and a lot of momentum. But yeah, keep in mind, people, I know I said this to Stevie as well, both the women's and men's Final Fours are in the state of Texas this year.
That's right.
Houston and Dallas.
Men's are in Houston, women's are in Dallas.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Groovy. Even better. March Madness is awesome.
Yes. So let's hit it. I'm going to set it up here before I toss it to our guy, Hutch. Bob Maneri. Yeah, he's a voiceover talent that you're aware of.
Oh, Jesus. I hope you're not playing what I watched earlier.
Oh, my God. This guy does
you are.
a phenomenal job. And we got to give it up to one of our sponsors and a good friend of ours. Buy a home from him.
Hey, y'all. Kevin Hutchison here with Realty Austin, and I am grateful to be a part of Stories Inside the Man Cave, a homegrown podcast just like my own business.
And here's Jessica Johnson going for the world record, and that is not good. Oh, my God, that's not good. And that's even worse. She dies on the board, basically, channeling her inner Fabriga. She just shits the bed on the board and does a full fucking belly flop in the pool. All zeros.
I saw that. That's not the one I thought you were going to play, but poor Jessica.
Poor Jessica. It looked like she planned that, though. It didn't look like an accident.
It did look like she was like doing she was like she was on a trampoline, like do the bounce on your ass and then the bounce up.
That cheerleader stiffness,
cheerleaders
do this.
Yeah, she kind of looked, I don't know what Jessica was doing. I mean, I've seen divers like over rotate or go backwards and hit their head. But I mean, it's almost like she lost the bet.
She shit the bed.
Jessica lost a bet and shit the bed.
Yeah, that's good rhyming. Oh, my God. That's exactly what happened. It's always good to tell a little laugh. Too bad we don't have much longer, but we do have time for this.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Always love to hear the wise words of the Tess Sawyer when it comes to delivering smiles and positivity. Tell me something good, Tess Sawyer.
Well, let's see. Even though Texas didn't go to the Big 12 championship, I'm excited for a potential bowl in our neck of the woods that I could maybe go to.
Yes.
And then also a lot of change this year in my life. And my name is officially reverted back to my old name. So I was always Tess, but now I'm officially back Tess with one S. So
one S.
it feels good to be to have that name again. My dad is certainly proud.
Mean Gene.
According to him, he never changed my name in his phone, so he didn't really give a shit. But whatever. So that's exciting. It just feels good to kind of feel like myself again and do that. And I put my Christmas tree up.
Did you really? A little festive?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture for the next pod. Yeah, it's kind of, I got all new stuff, new theme, and I feel very, very holiday-ish, and it feels cool. My first Christmas in my new home. So,
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree. Yes, I'm gonna drink wassail, and Luna and I are gonna hold paws and hands and dance around the tree and sing carols. And she already put her stocking out, so she's waiting for Santa Claus.
That's the cutest dog with a Santa hat on.
I gotta start shopping for her right now. I mean, go raid Petco.
Don't tell her that you haven't shopped already.
She hasn't. She's
my God.
Earmuffs.
I'll tell you what's good on my side. So I'm pretty sure we're all going to go through this. I've gone through it a little earlier than anticipated, but we got our parents at some point going through a lot. It's Mama C's gone through a lot, and now we're just making tough decisions. But it's good when you least expect it. Certain people will come into the picture and make you realize everything's going to be all right. I've seen some people, but I'll tell you what's therapeutic for me. This has been a 4 or 5 month journey, but if you really want to look at the big picture, probably about 3 years. But thank you, football. Thank you for the people in like Tes. It has helped me tremendously. If college football and high school football were not in my life, I don't think that I would be sane right now. Thank you, college football. Thank you to all 105,000 people in DKR and all the stadiums. That just helps me. Yeah.
Well, Sean, it wouldn't be football without you. So.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You won my heart.
I think there's a lot of people that would shoot that right back at you. But,
oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
Week. Yeah, we are lucky. Very fortunate. So embrace every moment. That's all I got to say. Next week, we're going to make it a little bit more lighthearted, humorous, random. We'll bring back humor me pictures, and there may be a new segment coming.
Woo!
We're going to keep adding stuff here. So for the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hard's Big Mike and Coach Mo, and to the pride of Anderson High School, that being Tes Sawyer, the 2-time UT graduate, and the Sawyer family, and Mama Sawyer, we out.